a celebration of Harold Garde's written words, a performance piece that honors Harold Garde's creative capacity as a writer. What we are going to watch together is a compilation of readings of Harold's poetry, interspersed with some of Harold's haikus, performed and shared by Harold's circle of family and friends, artists in their own right. More recordings were created than we were able to include in this feature tonight, so the remainder will be available on our Waterfall Arts YouTube channel. Many themes are coming through these works, from what it means to be an artist to what it means to be a human in the world today, from the fantastical to the mundane. To me, these readings feel like a window or a mirror, sometimes a window into the world and mind of Harold Garde, other times a mirror that reflects back to the listener, a sort of reflection on our shared humanity. Something is being worked out through these words, something is being revealed, and we are here to listen. And this is why this has been such a phenomenal exhibition and experience for Waterfall Arts. Because despite the isolation we are all experiencing in this season, this exhibition has given us an opportunity to bring community together, to build personal connections with Harold's evocative works, to invite reflection on what it means to be an artist, and to celebrate the multifaceted contributions of artists in our society and culture. A number of people have collaborated to make this event possible. Many thanks to Larraine Brown for conceiving of and directing this production, to performers David Troup, Andrew Joia, and David Stucky for masterfully embodying and sharing their own interpretations of Harold's poetry. Thanks to our volunteer program coordinator and exhibition co-curator, Karen Otto, for knitting the pieces together, to the Waterfall Arts marketing manager, Chris Battaglia, for his expert video editing skills, and to exhibit co-curator, Andrew Garde Joia, for making this all happen. Now, without further ado, I am delighted to welcome longtime friend of Waterfall Arts, Andrew Garde Joia. Elisa has collaborated with us on this production and has a few words she would like to share by way of introduction to the performance. Thank you, Elisa.
I will not walk into darkness. I will not be lost in fears. There is a walk into a world of patterns and colors, ideas and sensations. Inhale, exhale. There is the glass of wine, just warm enough, just chilled enough. There is the memory of you. I won't walk away seeking of warm sunlight, nor will I calculate on my many fingers the risk of being. My time my enemy, makes demands, but has no mercy, has no limits. Allowing thought to construct words that I hadn't said, mine, those unsaid words, those unseen images, a serenade, a joy-filled song to me, melodic, new, anxious and eager. Here I am to hear it. Here I am to see it. Here it is. With young, fresh eyes, look at it. It is for you. It is my song. Good evening. These are words of the painter Harold Garde. Welcome to another side of Harold, a side that many of you have never met. Tonight, Waterfall Arts invites you to meet Harold Garde, lifelong lover of language, a lover of words, and an ardent corrector of grammar. Meet Harold Garde, poet. There is a famous line from a poem by another American poet, Robert Frost, about paths and choices. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, which tonight reminds me of a Harold adage. Just because one does something easily doesn't mean it is easily done. Well, here is the inside scoop, folks. For Harold, writing is easy, painting is hard. I believe it is the challenge of the battle. Being the veteran warrior and all that that entails informed his choice to be a painter who writes rather than a writer who paints. But if, as he says, every painting is a battle lost, then happily to the reader, every poem is a battle won. His poems, like the wonderful and witty drawings in his sketch pads, are moments pulled from his stream of consciousness. The longer poems are deeply personal and concise. We see the observer unflinchingly observing himself in relation to his world. And I invite you to enjoy his love of words and his wit in the playful snapshots that are his haikus. Enjoy and remember our hearts. They come with a lifetime guarantee. We hope yours will be touched and moved tonight. Enjoy.
Left in the rain, dried in the sunshine of a hot day, saturated with memory, contorted with neglect, a history. Needed and needed. I pushed the sorry, impatient with the kettle, impatient with the need for any, for some, for much, for all. Comforting of heat. The thirst is deeper than the hunger. The knife is slick with butter. What we were to share, is it this? After the kissing, is this the food?
It happens. It happened as it always happens. I wait for a nod, a smile, an extended hand. I know you, don't I? But dare not risk your name. You're looking good. Great. Give me some hint. Where did we meet? Whom do we know in common? Was it at a summer wedding, and was I drunk, upset that you married the bride I may have wanted? Do I like you? I think it could have been at a memorial celebration, a celebration of a meeting of some kind. Fundraiser affair, likely as not. We might have had some laughs. Had a bit of fun, a laugh. A couple of laughs. I could use a laugh. Damned if I don't need one. A friend, someone who I can talk to. That would be good. Give me some perspective, another way of seeing things, clear things up. Everyone needs a buddy. I'm alone in my head too much. Who is he? He is whoever the hell he is. You know. Maybe if his kid weren't with him, we could have had a real good serious conversation. Share something, a beer, a glass of wine, scotch. Friends. Us, him and me. It could happen, couldn't it? Why not? It could, really. It could. Him and me. It could have happened. If only that kid of his weren't with him.
Choice. I never wanted to be a nun. It'd be too hard to smile all the time. I never wanted to be a rabbi and worry about kosher and learn to speak and learn to read any languages that have all sorts of funny markings and strange shapes on the letters of their alphabets. I never wanted to be the captain of a sailing vessel, but I would rather be the captain than one of the sailors who had to sweat and pull on oars and say, aye, all the time, instead of just saying, well, okay, maybe.
Was it yesterday? I wonder. You got me, Elizabeth. Yes, you did. Ms. Murray. To complete your ragged circle. Yellow and red, red on yellow. You got me, Miss Elizabeth. Symbol. The whole round world. A circle in a square. A red circle in a red square. With layers, with scrapings, with leavings, with putting down and taking away. Did you think you were hiding? Hiding on the surface. Hiding in the layers. I'm there, yes. There where you got me, Ms. Elizabeth Murray. History. Never right, never fully buried with green like grass, with blue like hidden treasure. The whole world square. And this, your portrait, my portrait. We are and I am a circle. A breathing circle, a ragged circle, complete. I am with history. No rigid conforming, no straight edges. I feel your breathing. It's still there. On so much, on parallel journeys. I read you like a mirror. I feel your edges torn, but your circle whole. Trumpet blaring triumphantly whole. Victory. Victory. Fuck 'em all. Fuck 'em.
I have no business being the wise man. If I were a wise man, I would be dead. Why the wrinkling flesh? The mirrors that sneer, the few small hours of oblivion, those teasings of slumber when it is sleep I seek. The slowness of weary is not the deliberation of smart. Bring me a bucket, and I may try to fill it. Show me a road, and I may think to run it. Whisper a small bit of love, and be it not, I will strain too hard to so hear it. Am I who I am? It may likely be. Perhaps I am too clever to be wise.
And the VW died Is there another flood in Sumatra? Why did my ex-wife's sister call? Did the check really get put in the mail? The garbled message on my answering machine. Is that you? I awoke at 3 a.m. I always wake at 3 a.m. I often wake at 3 a.m. Nixon added 5 years to the Vietnam War. Why isn't anyone screaming? Mealyworms got into my Cheerios, and the VW died.
I knew it would not be a long visit. The muse came today, dragging her robes, needing a chair, impatient. I knew it would not be a long visit. The muse came, and she spotted the painting on my easel. A glance, nothing more. Sans a hurrah. But like she never saw such a thing before. She came, and she was weary. I knew it would not be a long visit. Please, before you go, please, when did pleading ever help? Please, I am so lost. Without you, I am lost. She said, it's not any one little thing. It's everything. She said, you must know this is shit. The muse came. The muse left. I looked long at my new painting on the easel. Said I. It's not bad. It's not all bad. Time for wine.
Age. He wasn't there. With searching gaze, I did look very carefully. That other me, he wasn't there. Who was he, that young man already at war with time? I ran with a pack and I ran alone, all hurrying. The haste was real. The objectives, vague. Time made games, some swift, some sure. Did I know in playing? No surprises. Age wins. Survival was the goal, survival the prize. All of it measured, every cockeyed beat accumulating, massings, marking life's scoreboard, erratic in the steps, determined in the pacing. Age wins. Numbed fingers prod to touch that me, reclaimed from all evolving narratives. Only from vapors would be the congealing. The search to feel and know him. Could I? Then would I? now know me? Through rusted memory, I hear myself repeating, surprise, surprise, all as the sound of it becomes its own echo. A quickly focused burns, bends and blurs, full sweep, the bits return to a scattering in the smog smell of memories. Time takes the real and makes its own truth, sensing with regret a teasing of almost. The recalling stalls, and it stays, this nag-filled desire to see, be, know, that always other, the who I was. Scanning through the spread of memories, when in my nightly strive to capture slumber, warm in my bed, head on pillows, eyes closed, seeking some trigger pull to make of the past a reliving. And if I could say yes, yes, for the then me, would now I know the who I am?
You're pretty stupid, my red chair. Were you in France, you would have had a gender. You invite me to rest on you. I will call you she. Your brightness delights me. I welcome the warm glow of your sheen there, near the window catching light. While I am busy, you stand idly, awaiting your function, to serve your purpose. Your visual assets, your color, your grace, how your surfaces make shadows grabbing the sun's light. The so many reasons for having chosen you, seeing how well you match and fit. When in use, all these visible assets disappear, all hidden, unavailable, gone, lost to the sitting me.
When do I climb the mountain? Cross the wide and turbulent river, build my Babel? Later, when I put the new date tab on my license plate, level the cord restraint on my window blind. When do I fight City Hall and march to stop the killings of war and save the terrorized maiden? Later, when I take my blood pressure medicine, separate the recycled glass from tin cans. When do I stop? Not while I live, not while I breathe, not while I am who I am, this particular human being. You are a widower bachelor, as old as me, and I will fuck your wife and send your children to a South Boston Catholic orphanage. I will climb the mountains of Kilimanjaro without the use of ropes and spiked leather boots. I will build a raft of bamboo, complete with a washing machine and a garbage disposal unit. I will put my ashes in a jar, a special jar, a rare Ming Celadon with a gracefully domed lid.
There's a part of me that sings songs of merriment and forgiveness. I walk into rooms in my head, still curious, still searching. The songs of others, the times of laughter, the sharing of joy, the sharing of learned wisdom. With the ever-present desire to know my truths, to know me, and with compassion and wisdom to let those truths make pictures, make words, make songs. There is that part of me that weeps, softly crying for my loneliness in an empty room. Solitude, you are my friend. Alone for thought and feelings. Solitude, you are my enemy. My alone with no cover, all despair and isolation.
My house. When I was a child, I lived in a tree, and not just any tree, not an ordinary anyone can see tree. Mine was a tall tree, a very tall tree, and I lived so high near the top of the tree that nobody could see me. When I was a child, I lived in an igloo, not just an ordinary everyday one, but an igloo with a warm sun inside. It had a wide screen at the dome, and on that screen I could see stars that spelled out my name. When I was a child, I lived in a house made of candy, and every piece I ate was replaced as soon as I ate it with a new piece, and always just as good. When I was a child, I lived in the future. I saw the boy who could beat the bullies. I saw the boy who could fly, and oh, how swiftly and surely I could fly. Birds would join me, but no bird could fly faster. When I was a child, I lived in a house that had so many rooms with so many doors that I could run from room to room. No one could catch me to make me eat what I didn't want or drink down to the bottom of the glass. I ran from room to room and no one could catch me to put me to bed. When I was a child, could I see him? That quiet old man, that old man who is me?
Into red waters the sun dissolves itself. They frolic on sand, gathering towels, like memories to capture and contain a good day. Automobiles slow pacing themselves, more pulse than push. One hand on the steering wheel. She rests the other lightly on his leg, feeling the linger of beach heat. Fred and his woman in the back seat asleep. He reads license plates. DUCM 37. Do you see them? 37. Before you are. Before you are. Before you are what? Before I am? Before I am what? Always the same slow this long trip. Alert need, too much busy. Too many things that need to be done. Too much waiting. Messages. Before you are. Oh. And what am I? Before what? Before I am dead and gone? Before I am old and decrepit? Before I can become whatever the hell it is that I am? Oh, and yes. Despite it all, S-I-M.
Then I forgive myself, the doer of the deed, and repent, but only weakly and with no remorse. If it were to be, so be it. Now it is gone, and gone it is. The traces left are only there if memory is stressed, and memory is quick to grasp at what remains, and what is new swiftly triumphs over what was there. A task of add and a task of removal, all unsure, unpredictable, the order for my brushes layering paint on canvas. The painter pushes me out of my bed and harks the morning. My bathroom mirror, viewed with still unfocused eyes, works to tell me that the me I see is the painter I have to be. Not so, say I. It is too hard to make a something where there is no substance, no truth, no insisting image. So to that, alas, again I do reply.
My stillness is not quiet. The world of turmoil and deprivations will not go unnoticed. The letters to the editor I write in my mind before I push my newly awake self out of bed. These manifests of political wisdom will not be written. My messages will not be heeded. Those, my letters, will not be sent. I can't ease or erase the platitudes, the shameful acceptance of conformist certainties, the prevalence of irrational truths, the common acceptance of injustices. No Don Quixote. I will not right social wrongs, but I will not choose blindness. My stillness is not quiet. There is a switch between dream, sleep, and awake. Dissatisfactions and celebrations, contradictions meld wisdom and worry, incapable of separation. Weary. I nod and I smile. But no, my stillness is not quiet.
Thank you all again for joining us in celebrating Harold Garde's written words. Harold's art is truly a gift to the world, and we at Waterfall Arts are grateful to be able to share it with you. This event marks the culmination of the in-person exhibition, Harold Garde, You Are Not Alone, at Waterfall Arts. You can still browse the virtual exhibition and explore lots of related content on our website, and we'll put the link in the chat box to that. If you have any reflections that you might like to share after taking in these powerful performances, please do submit them to our virtual guest book. That is linked to the exhibition page of our website. You can submit your written or video recorded reflections by emailing them to our marketing manager, whose email will be in the chat box. Wishing you all well and that you keep creating and keep appreciating the arts. Thank you for being here and have an excellent evening.